Yo, what is up guys? It is Pulse Gaming here, back with another GTA 5 video, and today we're going to be checking out the new DEWBAUCHEE 770 that just released in GTA Online. And I will go and show you the car now. Here it is. It is $695,000, pretty much almost $700,000. And there are the stats. So today we're going to be testing out performance, and also show you what customization you have inside of Los Santos Customs. I might hop into some races, I don't know yet, we'll see if we can, but we're going to be testing out speed, acceleration, and handling. Here's the car now. Let's give you a little wrap around of it, show you what it looks like. We will go into first person mode now and give you a better look at the car close up. There it is. The stock wheels are pretty nice, and it has a pretty sleek look. We'll see how it does in performance though, but for looks it gets my thumbs up. Pretty much basic interior. Rockstar doesn't do much with their interiors. And let's take it down to Los Santos Customs. It is pretty loud, just testing it out a little bit. Decent acceleration. Oh, that is not the brake. So far, it's an okay car. Let's take it into Los Santos Custom Shop now and check out some of the customization. It is a sports car, not a supercar, and this is the third of the three cars that were released in the game. So there's 18 customizations in total. We got exhaust, skirts, and then spoiler. So let's do some customization. Engine all the way up, transmission all the way up, turbo all the way up, and then suspension, drop it all the way down. Here we go, all the way down. Give a nice look at it. Let's go windows, completely limo. Get that dark look. For respray, I was thinking probably like green, because this car is modeled after the Aston Martin, and Aston Martin normally green is one of their staple colors. Brakes all the way. Let's see what else. The exhaust, there's not many options. I went with the oval exhaust. I kind of like the stock. I might go back and change it later. Let's go to respray now. Skirts. I don't like how the carbon looks, so I went with the custom. And then spoiler, low level. Let's see what else we have now. Respray. Go to metallic. You know, black does look pretty good on it, and so does like a yellowy orange. I ended up going with a green with, I think it was a surf blue pearlescent. We'll see here. I went with the racing green. I thought that looked the best. Yep, there we go, racing green. I think it looks pretty good. Pearlescent, I went with the blue. I thought a blue made the green really pop. I was choosing between nautical and surf. I ended up going with surf. Yep, went with surf. I think now all I have to do is change the wheels. There we go. Go to chrome. And I went with the chromatic Z. I was trying to choose between the Super G and the chromatic Z, but in the end I went with the chromatic Z. Custom tires, of course. I forgot to do bulletproof. I'll probably end up going and doing that later. But let's give my first impression of the car right now in free mode. Test it out. Right off the bat, the car has a very nice sound. Pretty nice acceleration. And pretty decent handling. We're going to test braking out in a little bit. But I'm just getting a feel for the car right now. Seeing how it is, seeing how it performing. The braking's okay, not the best. and as you can see, the car kind of slides out sometimes when turning. But overall, I think it is a pretty decent car. But we will have to see how it performs against the other sports cars after a lot of testing and races and drag races, and just see like the handling and top speed and acceleration. I show off the braking. The braking is decent. When I was driving the car, I kind of felt like the car is pretty heavy. You can kind of get the feel for that while driving it. We're going to do some donuts now. We're going to hop into a drag race in a second to see its time. I know the race car Masacro got like a 22, like 5.59. So we'll see what this gets. Not the best acceleration, but I think the car is a pretty decent top speed, so we'll have to test it in like an extended race, see how fast it can really get. Turn off the radio so you can just get a feel for how the car sounds. Alright, so let's see the time. We got a 23.793, so it is a little bit slower than the race car Masacro. By test that other YouTubers did, the race car Masacro got about like a 22.59, so it's pretty much about a second slower. But who knows? It could have a better top speed, so you would only be able to find out in an extended race. Here, I just hopped into one of the races I created to test handling. There's a lot of turns, pretty sharp turns too. I'm not the best driver by any means, but just to get a feel for how the car handles and performs. And I'll say it again, the car is right about $700,000. It's $695,000, but after upgrades you're looking at about it costing, I would say, right around $1 million with full upgrades. So we'll see how it does. So far so good. There's a decent kind of sharp turn here. It kind of slid out there, but I am not the best racer by any means, so other racers could do better. The car is decent handling. It's definitely better than the Pister 811. I don't know if it has as good of a handling as the Masacro. It might. I haven't driven the Masacro in a long time, so I'll probably make another video later. I'll see it messed up on that turn right there. That was partially my fault, but the car is decent. For the price, obviously you can get better cars like the race car Masacro and the Masacro, but it's overall it's a pretty good car. It's very nice looking. Definitely has a sex appeal. It's pretty quick. Now it doesn't have the best acceleration, but I think it's up there in top speed. But we'll only be able to find that out with more races. So there's a couple more sharp turns here. We'll be able to see how it performs. I try to perform a drift up here at this turn, so we'll see how that does. It's not the best drifting car. When I was driving around free roam for a little bit, I tried drifting with it. It's not the best. I think maybe because it's feels kind of heavy. It's kind of hard to explain. You really just have to drive the car in game to get really your own personal feel for it. But so far I like the car. Pretty good handling, decent acceleration, I think pretty good top speed. This downhill really gets a feel for the top speed, and the car is pretty quick. Time doesn't really matter on this race. It's more about just to see the handling. I went into that turn pretty good. I think the end of the race is up here. So yeah, so overall the handling is decent. And in a little bit I'll go and talk about if it's worth it for the price. So really, I would say the car is worth it. It isn't that expensive compared to some of the other cars we just got. You're getting what you pay for pretty much. It's definitely good looking. Handling is okay. Top speed I think is very good. So I would recommend this car. It's really just all personal feel though. So if you don't like the car, you can obviously sell it. But I would recommend trying it out in free mode. We're just going to do some more donuts here. So again, the car is right about $700,000 and $1 million after upgrades. I think that is all we have for today, guys. I hope you'd enjoyed, and see you in the next video.